Have you ever wondered why some people seem to get more accomplished than others? The secret often lies in the power of habits. These seemingly simple routines can dramatically shape our lives, and that's precisely what the book Atomic Habits emphasizes. This influential guide has motivated millions across the globe to enhance their lifestyle. It's not about monumental changes, but rather the compound effect of hundreds of tiny decisions. Well, today, we will explore the top 10 practical habits from the Atomic Habits book that everyone in this generation should adopt. The first habit is to make obvious cues. This habit is all about making the actions you want to turn into habits more evident in your environment. Let's take a common goal, for instance, drinking more water. If you keep a water bottle on your desk in clear sight, it serves as a constant, visible reminder to hydrate. It's a simple cue that can trigger the desired action. Consider another example. Want to read more? Keep a book on your bedside table. The sight of the book can prompt you to pick it up and read a few pages before going to bed. These are small but powerful cues that nudge you towards forming new habits. The key here is to make the cues so obvious that they're hard to ignore. By incorporating this strategy, you make it easier for your brain to associate certain environments or objects with specific actions. Remember, the easier a cue is to notice, the easier it will be to act on. The second habit is, stack your habits. Now you might be wondering, what does that mean? Well, it's a simple yet effective way to incorporate new habits into your existing routine. Think about it this way: you already have a set of habits you perform daily, like brushing your teeth, commuting to work, or drinking your morning coffee. What if you could pair a new habit with one of these existing habits? For instance, if you're trying to incorporate more learning into your day, you could listen to an audiobook or a podcast while commuting. As your mind is already used to the habit of commuting, it will be much easier to adopt this new habit. The beauty of habit stacking is that it takes advantage of the patterns that your brain naturally follows. So, by pairing a new habit with an existing one, you're essentially programming your brain to make the new behavior a routine. Therefore, stacking habits can be a game changer in your daily routine. The third habit is, make it attractive. Now let's think about this for a moment. Imagine you've been sweating it out at the gym. You're tired and your muscles are aching. There's a part of you that's dreading the next workout. But then, you remind yourself that after every workout, you treat yourself to a snack you absolutely love. Suddenly the workout doesn't seem so bad. In fact, you're looking forward to it. This is the power of making a habit attractive. You see, our brains are wired to seek rewards. By associating a habit with a positive and rewarding outcome, we can effectively trick our brains into wanting to perform the habit. It's not about the habit itself, but the reward that follows. So, whether it's a favorite snack after a workout, a relaxing bath after a long day of work, or a moment of tranquility after meditation, making a habit attractive will make it more appealing and easier to adopt. The fourth habit is make it easy. Imagine you want to start working out. Are you more likely to stick with a 1-hour intense workout, or a less intimidating 10-minute routine? The simpler option is often the more sustainable one. Complexity is the enemy of consistency. When we reduce the complexity of a task, we make it less daunting and more likely to be done regularly. Consider this. Have you ever put off a task because it seemed too overwhelming? But once you broke it down into smaller, more manageable parts, it became much easier to tackle. That's the power of making things easy. This isn't about taking the easy way out or avoiding hard work. It's about removing unnecessary obstacles and making the path to your goal as smooth as possible. If you want to make a habit part of your life, make it easy to do. So, making a habit easy and simple is the secret to making it stick. The fifth habit is, make it satisfying. When we think about forming new habits, we often overlook the power of instant gratification. But in fact, our brains are wired to seek immediate rewards. So how can we use this to our advantage? Let's take the example of a workout routine. Instead of waiting for the long-term benefits like improved health or a better physique, find satisfaction in the immediate progress. Maybe it's the sense of accomplishment after lifting a heavier weight, or the endorphin rush post-workout. Or maybe it's the simple pleasure of ticking off a workout session from your daily to-do list. By focusing on these immediate rewards, you're making the habit satisfying in the now, not in some distant future. And that's a powerful motivator. Because when a habit is satisfying, we want to do it again, and again, and again. Remember, the more satisfying a habit is, the more likely it is to be repeated. Scene script. Let's move on to habits 6 to 10. First off, we have the 2-minute rule. This is a fantastic tool for combating procrastination. If a task takes less than 2 minutes to complete, do it immediately. It's surprising how such a small change can make a huge difference in productivity. Next, we have embraced the process. This means accepting that change is often slow and incremental. It's about understanding that progress is a process and not an overnight phenomenon. Patience, persistence, and perseverance are the key elements to embrace the process. Now let's talk about making use of technology. We live in an era where we have access to a multitude of apps and tools that can help us stay on track with our habits. Use these tools to your advantage. Set reminders, use apps to track progress, and make your life easier. The ninth habit is keeping a habit tracker. This is a simple yet effective way to hold yourself accountable. A habit tracker can be anything from a simple checklist to a dedicated app. The act of tracking your habits can not only help you stay consistent but also provide you with a visual representation of your progress. Finally, surround yourself with people who have the habits you want to have. This is based on the principle that we are the average of the 5 people we spend the most time with. If you surround yourself with people who possess the habits you aspire to, you're more likely to adopt those habits yourself. So, these were the remaining 5 habits that can transform your life. Now that we have explored all the 10 habits, it's time to take action. Let's take a moment to recap the key points from our journey. We started with the concept of making obvious cues. Remember, the more visible and apparent your cues are, the easier it will be to trigger your habits. Then, we moved on to the idea of stacking your habits. This involves linking an established habit with a new one, creating a chain of routines that help you maximize productivity. We then delved into the concept of making your habits attractive. This is all about creating a positive and appealing outlook towards the habits you want to cultivate. Following this, we spoke about making it easy. The simpler the task, the more likely you are to do it. So, keep your habits achievable. Next, we highlighted the importance of making habits satisfying. Immediate rewards can reinforce your habits and make them stick. And in the last segment, we rapidly went through the remaining 5 habits, each one as crucial as the others in developing a successful routine. Remember, it's essential to start small and not be too hard on yourself. Progress may seem slow at first, but with consistency and patience, you'll soon start seeing results. Each small step you take is a step towards a better, more productive you. Remember, habits are not built in a day, but daily. So, start now, and soon, you will see the changes in your life.